couldn't be more honored to kick this off by introducing you to Sophia. And she's going to tell you a little bit about how she got engaged and what she's doing. This is an example of what local leadership, political activism, and compassion and caring for starting from the ground up looks like. And from Sophia, you're going to meet the other leaders here in Austin that I think really embody what we try to do here at the Forward Party, which is from the ground up and make an impact in your community. So with that, I'll hand it off to Sophia.
Thank you so much. Okay, well, first of all, it's a Saturday, so we're going to play a game. Raise your hand. Keep it up, all of you. Raise your hand. Okay, keep your hand up if you are under 70 years old. Keep your hand up if you're under 60 years old. Keep your hand up if you're under 50 years old. 45. 30. 25. All right, okay. Heck, well, maybe some of us were liars. I saw 2 people with their hands up still that actually look like they are under 25. But I do want you to look around. Keep your hands up. 2 of you that are still under 25. Ask ourselves, where are the other young people? Right? They're not in this room. Although we just had you can put your hands down now. We had a Gallup poll just come out recently, this past year, that said that for the first time in history, over 50% of young people are independent of party. So shouldn't they be in this room? Just because they are registered independent does not mean they are moderate, just like our candidates here today. It doesn't mean that you were necessarily a centrist. What it means is that you are disillusioned by the 2-party system and what they have to offer. So declaring independent is not going to be enough. But what is? How do we find them? How do we meet them? Where are they? First thing we have to do is we have to understand them. We have to understand why in 2022, only 22% of them turned out to vote, which was half of the amount of people that turned out in the 2020 presidential election. We have to understand the barriers that they are facing, both the physical ones to voting. I mean, we have 30 days before an election, you have to be registered to vote. How often are young people hearing about an election beyond 30 days, right? We don't have online voter registration. If you come here from another state, which many of us in Austin are transplants, you come from a state where you can register at the ballot box the day of the election, then you show up to vote until you're turned away. We have to think about the fact that there are not polling locations available on college campuses. You can't use a student ID to vote, but you can use a gun license. These are problems for young people that we face in this state. So we have physical barriers, right? We need to be challenging those. We need to be helping people overcome those in order to get them to the ballot box. But showing up on election day isn't enough either. We have to understand that there is deep distrust in our formal political system. I mean, the same reason that many of you are in this room is because of that distrust. It is one of the most well-documented declines in American political history when we look at trends. It's not apathy, though. And that's something that people and pundits often get very, very wrong. It is not that young people are apathetic. It's not that they don't care about the same issues that you in this room care about. It is that they do not trust our formal institutions to fix those problems for them. But some of you are in this room because you want to do that. And so it's important to remember that they're not in this room not because they don't want to be, not because they don't care about these things, but because they've lost trust in this system. And so what are we going to do to change that? First, we have to go meet them where they are. I mean, both psychologically, we have to affirm those things, those feelings, this disillusionment, this distrust, because I'm about to be 30. I grew up in a system with Citizens United, buying elections, with the Electoral College picking a president that lost the popular vote, with deep gerrymandering. We've talked about the worsening gerrymandering. Why should I trust formal political institutions, right? There are so many reasons not to. We have seen good people go into office and not be able to accomplish anything because of the laws and the structures within those institutions. So we have to meet them where they are. We have to affirm those feelings of distrust, but we also have to physically go where they are, right? Go to them. Candidates, you need to gather signatures. You're not going to get young people by going to the local book club or the grocery store necessarily. You got to go to them. Go to their run clubs. Go to the trivia nights at the bars. Go to live sporting events. Go to their fraternities and their sororities. Go where they actually are. Sometimes farmers markets work. You can go there too. Go to them. Be with them. Organizers, we want more young people in this room, right? We also have to go to them. Not only that, but we have to invite them to things that are for them and catered to them. That doesn't always feel like immediate gratification. You're not always going to get all the signatures that you want. You're not always going to get the signups. You're not going to get them to commit to come to your quarterly meetings every time. So we also have to host events that are for them. Host a run club. Host a trivia night at a bar. Do something fun. Make it engaging. Show them that it's not all this doom and gloom and drab. But we also have to make sure we're not being transactional. When you show up in a community and you say, I'm promising these things and everything's going to be better, and we're over-promising very often, it's transactional. It doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel authentic. And authenticity is huge when it comes to younger generations. So we need to be doing things that are about building community. We want to invite them into these spaces. We also need to make them accessible. Look at the affordability crisis. Look at the job prospects for young people. If you're a candidate and you're hosting an event, it's a fundraiser and there's like a $50 entry, you're not going to get young people there. But go to maybe a local school, find one of their civic engagement organizations, offer them free admission to your event. Let them be in the room with you, let them hear from you, and build community with them that way. Listen to them. Ask, do not lecture. How often has it worked to lecture your children? Are you always getting what you want? No. Helping them understand why it's important to be out goes a much, much longer way. But we're not lecturing them when we're doing that, right? We're finding out what it is that they care about. They have been told that they don't know enough to vote over and over and over again, but they don't often recognize that all politics is local. So we need to help them understand that. Ask them what they care about. That's my favorite thing to do. I wear a necklace that says vote on it. All the time people go, well, what's that about? Why would you wear that? And I go, well, I love politics. And they're like, I hate politics. And I go, well, what do you care about? And I get people that say, I don't know, I love college football. I go, oh my God, fantastic. Did you know that it's your governor that's going to decide whether or not your college student athletes are going to be paid for their name and likeness? Oh, you do care about something political. I golf. Okay. Did you know it's your city council that's going to decide how land is used in your municipality and how much it's going to cost to use that space? Oh, you do care about politics. I don't know, I just smoke weed. Oh my God, could you have picked something more political? Find out what it is they care about and go deeper than just your standard affordability, healthcare, yada, yada, yada. Find out what truly motivates them and then show them how every single thing that they touch is powered by a policy decision and a person behind that policy decision. I got a parking ticket. That pissed me off. It's $50. You know what I did? I went to a city council meeting. I sat there, I gave a little speech for my 3 minutes, and then I talked to a city manager, and then I got connected with the Department of Transportation. Now I've started a parking petition. Do you know how many people are pissed off about parking tickets? That's a lot of signatures I just got. It's a very easy way. Find a local issue that's impacting young people. Make that your issue. Champion that issue. Help them realize that all politics is local. And please remember that young people are not a lost cause, especially for the people in this room who are running outside of the two-party system. It's not our government that's broken. Our democracy is one of the coolest political systems in the world that has survived so much worse than this. We had a civil war, and we are still here with this system. It's not our government that's broken. but there are some people that are using incentives to make it feel that way. Young people are not a lost cause. They are an opportunity. So go get them.
Oh, that was fantastic. I'm sitting here going, okay, you got Collin County Community College. I was like, I wonder how we get a table there. I'm already thinking about it. So it worked. That was great. That was fantastic.